quite a chilly Brooklands today. As you can see, we're expecting rain a bit later, but there's a lot of cars here at the moment taking part in the Vintage Sports Car Club driving test, the winter driving test. So we're going to talk to a few of the owners today and see how they're getting on and talk about their cars. So let's have a look and see what we can find. Okay, so we're in a queue for one of the auto tests at the moment. It is moving slowly, so we might have to push this forward in a minute or someone will overtake him. But we've got Robin here, and we have a lovely M-Type MG. Hi, Robin.
Hello. Good morning. This is Ed.
Hello.
Hello. So this is Ed. So this is a 1930 MG M-Type. I've had it for about 5 years now. And it's an overhead cam engine, so very advanced for its time. So it's vertical driven, the bevel gear that drives the cams. It's a very sweet, revvy sort of engine. It does have a habit of dribbling oil at the front, but they all do that, sir, I'm told.
Yeah.
And I've spent the last 6 months trying to find some brakes, and I've actually managed to lock a wheel today, which is which is progress.
A different experience.
Yeah, no, so I've got new shoes, I've put new brake cables on last night.
Right.
Adjusted them up, and seems to be working well
seems
today.
To be okay at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, isn't it? I mean, the M-Type is a very famous type, really. It's one of the very early ones, and the M-Types were used in the first MG Car Club competition.
Absolutely.
Which took part in the Lambert Arms in the Chilterns.
Yes.
And they had about 30 M-Types turn up for a hill climb there.
Wonderful.
And that was the first competition
Amazing.
In 1930 of the MG Car Club. And now you've got one of these examples.
Yeah, no, they were a brave sort, because it's a 3-speed gearbox, so it's huge gaps between first, second to third, so it definitely takes a bit of getting used to.
Yeah.
But no, it's a wonderful little sports
car. What's it
car.
like for doing this sort of auto testing around the cones? And
built for it. Now it's got brakes, it's absolutely built for it, actually. It's the steering's quite sharp. It doesn't roll too badly in the corners. As I said before, it's a very responsive little engine, so it doesn't make a lot of power, but it's it revs nicely. It picks up.
You don't need a huge amount of power for these sort of events, do you?
No.
You just need agility.
You need agility.
Agility is what you need.
A light car, fast steering, and a kind of fast throttle response.
Yeah.
That's and so it's perfect for that.
And then, hello, we're in the way again. There we go. So yeah, I mean, it is similar in size to the Austin 7, isn't it? Slightly larger,
slightly longer, I believe.
Slightly longer by the look, just comparing.
Yes, it's like a sort of a slightly larger version of an Ulster, really.
Yeah.
But it's light because it's actually a fabric over wooden body.
I was going to say, this is a wooden tub, isn't it?
They're ply bodies.
So we've got no metalwork in here.
No, I think in about 31, right at the end of production, they moved to steel bodies. But this is vintage, so everything 1930 and before is vintage. Yeah. And so all the vintage ones are actually wooden bodied like this.
All right, excellent. So, yeah. And are you doing well today?
It's all relative. I'm enjoying it, and the car's still working.
Very well in your own mind.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, thanks, Robin.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you. Oh, nice to meet you anyway. Come and push
Need
the car.
a push helper. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Ed. Bye. Okay, we're at the bottom of the finishing straight, queuing up here for the test hill, and there's quite a lot of cars here, as you can see at the moment. So there's a bit of a vintage car traffic jam. So let's see if we can chat to someone. We'll try this one here, which is a Frazer Nash. Hello. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Are you? Yeah. And what's your name?
I'm Sophie.
Sophie. Your car?
It's Frazer Nash.
It's a Frazer Nash. What year?
1932.
32. And you're obviously driving in the test today. First time, done it a lot before?
No, this is my first time doing driving tests, so a bit
First
slow.
time,
But
is it?
yeah.
bit worrying.
It's fun though.
Is it good fun? Have you
Yeah.
driven this car before, presumably?
Yeah.
Yeah. But never in a driving test
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
So what do you think of it?
I think it's good fun. I really like that steep hill over there.
The test hill you've been up
Yeah.
already. You're queuing up again to have another go?
No,
Or just wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing this one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're going around that way, so you're going onto the finishing straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know anything about the car? Or?
I know a bit about it, but I think you'd be better asking my dad.
It's your dad's car, is it?
Yeah.
He's letting you drive it?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18. I think you can drive these younger, can't you? Is it about 14?
You can start trialling at 14.
14,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. So were you trying at 14?
No, maybe 15 or 16.
Right. So you've done some trials, some hill climbs,
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah. Excellent. What's it like handling this?
It's really fun. It's really good car to drive.
Fairly big, isn't it?
It is quite big,
compared to
yeah.
some of the little Austin 7s
Yeah,
and things like
definitely.
that.
It's a lot bigger, but it's a good car.
And you're doing well.
Well, I'm a bit slow, but I'm good. I haven't gone wrong yet, so that's good.
Okay, which one's Dad then?
Dad?
Hello,
Dad. Hello, Dad.
Hello.
Hiya. Tell us a little bit about the car.
Yeah, it's a Frazer Nash Interceptor, and first gear is there. First gear, second gear is there. And third
It's
is there. And fourth gear is there. It's a lovely sporting car with a chain drive transmission. Obviously, so it has 4 chains. So it's quite unconventional, but it makes it very light, and it makes it handle beautifully because the back axle's locked together. So it'll slide round really nicely. But Sophie's struggling reverse a little bit because there's a little interlock on the bottom for reverse gear. So you have to lift that knob to get it into reverse. So you lift the knob and then you pull the lever back. So you need 2 hands to change gear. And then and then it has its own design of clutch as well, which is a system of levers and plates that Frazer Nash developed themselves. It's known as a Frazer Nash clutch.
Do you find that difficult to drive like that? Or
Well,
Tell the truth.
it's a bit tricky, but it's all right. It's fun, but it takes a bit of getting used to.
Yeah, I can imagine. Not like your ordinary car you drive about it.
Yeah, so if you
Nice.
look underneath, it's got 4 chains. So there's a series of dogs at the front, they're on the bevel box, and so they click in, and then they choose a chain. So the
Okay.
lever, and there's a whole mechanism in there.
Okay.
Do you know where you're going for this test?
Just about.
You do you?
Well, I'll let you move around actually because you're coming up for your
I'll give you a
time.
push,
isn't it?
mate, so you keep
So
back
thanks
a bit.
very much.
No, it's a real
Cheers.
delight.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Right, we're in the queue for the test hill runs at the moment. It's moving fairly slowly, so we're going to try and have a chat to the person behind the wheel of this Jowett. Hello there.
Good morning.
Hiya, and your name is?
I'm Bruce. I'm up from Sussex.
From Sussex today.
Yep.
Obviously trying to get it going at the moment.
Yep.
And you're moving slowly in the queue to go up and test it again. Is this your second or third run?
This is only my first run on the hill, but I've done 4 tests already, so we're okay.
You're well on the way then, aren't you, really?
Yeah.
So there we go. We'll move forward slightly with you
Yeah,
then.
the mighty 907cc cylinder twin all the way from Yorkshire. So a hill should not cause any problems.
Shouldn't cause any problems, should it? We'll walk up with you as you're
Thank you very
moving
much.
on then.
Just hope there aren't any sheep at the top. So.
No, I think we can guarantee there are no sheep or animals on that hill at all.
Yeah.
Definitely. So,
we had
what have we got here? We've got a Jowett.
1930s Jowett, so same flat twin they used from 1916 right the way through to 1953. That came into the Bradford van. This got detachable cylinder heads, 4-wheel brakes for 1930s, quite advanced. Just a bit underpowered. This is an economy model, so they tried to build a car to rival the cost of an Austin 7. Tried to get to £100, didn't quite get there, £107. So this is their best effort. So she's very light, but classic Jowett, quite bland, very tall,
Yeah.
not luxurious, but she goes okay. So that's the key
kind
thing.
of a basic sort of
Very
car
basic.
Of the time. It's
Yeah.
quite a bit bigger than an Austin 7. though.
Yes, absolutely. Very
They're
York.
trying to go for that same market. They probably missed that.
Yeah, they missed the Austin trick of trying to make it look pretty. Very Yorkshire style. The Yorkshire people were not very keen on at the time on the style. They tried to the radiator in 1934, and they only ran that for a year because it didn't sell, basically, with the Yorkshire people. So, yeah, right the way through to just after the war with the Javelin and the Jupiter, which obviously are very well known, Le Mans winning cars. They kept very much to the same bland formula. After the war, very different story with our Gerald Palmer, MG fame. He took the new design of Javelin and Jupiter right the way through. So, very different company after the war.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's a nice, I think it's quite a pretty looking thing, really.
She goes okay.
Yeah. It goes alright, even though it's got a, was it a 980?
907cc, 7 horsepower. Yeah. So I dream of superchargers, 6 cylinders, and all the rest of it.
Absolutely. Well, good luck on your trip up the hill in a minute with your 7 horsepower.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right, we're queuing up for a test of the finishing straight here, and we've got a Rover. You don't see many of these at these events really, or at all. So we're going to talk to the owner of it. Hiya.
Hello, how are you doing?
There. And your name is?
Mark Lynch.
You're Mark?
Yeah.
And a very early Rover by the look of it?
Yeah, well, it's Rover 8 1925. So it's the later of the 8s. I think 1921 to 25. Yeah.
I mean, when did this 1925? Rover making cars much before this?
Yes, they were pre-war, yeah. 1906, so I think there was a cycle car for about 1904, 1903.
Okay.
Yeah, and then bicycles before that.
So, tell us a little bit about this one.
So it's a flat twin, air-cooled, engine's about 1098 around that sort of size, and it's pretty slow, as you probably saw if you're going up the test hill. Almost got there, but not quite.
The horsepower on that then?
Well, 8.
About 8?
Yes, originally. I was
more than the Jowett I was just talking to.
Yes, it's probably got about 3.5 now, but anyway.
Okay, so you had this long?
So it used to belong to my father-in-law, and he was into old cars, probably had about 20 years in total in the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's been in the family
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, they're fun cars. I run the register, so and there is a website for us. So if anyone wants to get one, and get them to click onto rover8.com.
Rover8.com. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll try and remember that. We'll let you
Okay,
know
all right.
your next phone.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we're still queuing up for the finishing straight test. We've got a couple of cars ahead of this lovely MG here. We're going to talk to the owner. Hi there.
Hello.
And your name?
Hobbs.
And what have we got here?
This is a 1933 MG K1, so 4-seater Tourer, and of course the K3s were essentially the same car but without the size of body. So in nowadays, these are rarer than K3s because a lot of them were shut down.
Not too many of these are there now. But
Indeed.
So this is 4-seater. So a saloon car.
Saloon car, well, there were saloon bodies on these as well, but they were quite heavy.
Yeah,
and they've got a 1271cc engine with 6 cylinders, so it's got quite good power. But so that was fine. But if you put a saloon body on it, then that was pretty much heavy.
So
you lose that.
Tourer version.
Tourer version,
the best version.
Indeed.
You can get,
yeah.
I think, isn't it?
And there are a few that are under restoration at the moment, about 2 or 3 at the moment, and a couple of K2s, which is the 2-seater version, which are really very rare these days, surviving.
It's the K3 is kind of the famous one, isn't it? That people
absolutely,
think they know MGs or they're looking at them.
And they had a great history going back to winning the Mille Miglia in 1933 and beating the Italians.
History here as well at Brooklands racing. The K1 race here, people?
K1s didn't tend to race because the K2s and K3s would do that, and the K3 with the supercharger made the real difference. So they did a lot.
Your family tourer version?
Absolutely, and a good strong tourer and great fun to drive, and very light on steering and strong on the brakes because it's got 12-inch brake drums all the way round as well.
Right.
So it makes it a very good stopping car as well as a starting car.
What's it like for auto testing?
It's pretty good, Its turning circle is a little bit long because it's a 9-foot chassis, and so that would have been better if it was shorter. But for this, but it's still good.
Quite well at this sort of thing, don't they?
It is.
This is long. I mean, I'm standing here. There's huge long bonnets.
That's right.
In front of us here.
Yep, indeed. A good car to drive and nice and light and good on the brakes too.
Yeah. So do you think you're doing well today?
I haven't made a mistake in the first 3, so I'll keep my fingers crossed for the rest.
Good. Well, good luck as you go on today then. Excellent.
It'll be down to brain fade, not car fade.
Well, you've got a map. You can watch
absolutely.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Right, Thank you. Okay, we're back on the test hill queue now, and another beautiful looking MG J2 here. And Jack's out of the car at the moment. He's not expecting to go anywhere by the look of it.
I am indeed, yes. So just popped out, waiting for the test hill. So it's my first time competing in the VSCC. So
okay. So have you had the car long then? Or?
Car's sort of been in the family. It's actually my godfather's car, and unfortunately he can no longer drive. And he's always competed down here, not in this particular car, but since he can no longer do it, I thought I would.
You're going to give it a go.
He's
allowed you to do it.
He has. Yes.
Have you had much experience with these sort of cars before?
Oh, yeah, we've grown up with them. My father's got one as well, a J2. Right. Me and my brother own one as well. So we used to do a local car trials called the Black Horse, which is MG. So I've had a bit of practice. It wasn't a sort of super competitive one, but
yeah. So the J2, what year is this?
This one's a 1933. So it's got a couple of modifications. It's in the sort of modified car, so it's got some upgraded brakes which come from the P-type, and it's got a PB engine as well, so a slightly larger engine, so that's why it's in the modified class.
Oh, I see, right. So it's been altered a little bit from the original. And you have to go in a different class when you're entering these competitions because of that.
Exactly, yeah. But the upside being that the brakes are hugely improved with this, and compared to the standard J2 brake, they're much better.
Yeah, so they're better for these sort of stop-start.
Absolutely, yes.
Type events.
Yes.
Yeah. So are you doing quite well today, do you think?
I started well in terms of speed, but it's a sort of combination of horsepower versus brain power, and I've failed to stop a stride on one test. But that being said, the car's...
Is that because the brakes didn't work?
No, the brakes are performing well. I think I was just too eager to get it back on the road. Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, it's a nice looking car, this, I have to say, and your intention is to do more of this sort of thing, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, now that I've done into my first event, I would love to carry on and do some sort of further VSCC events, possibly some hill climbs.
Yeah, it's quite a good turnout here today, although it's quite windy and cold.
Against the elements, but there's still a great turnout.
And I think, are you going to be here this afternoon?
Yes, yeah.
When the rain comes.
Preparing to get a little bit wet, but
Have you driven it here?
I've driven it here, fairly local, from Bookham.
All right, so you're not too far away.
Not too far.
Right.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, thanks very much for showing us around.
No problem at all.
Thank you, Jack.
Cheers, then.
Get on with it. You carry on. Cheers, Jack. It's so busy down here at the moment. The smell of exhaust and the noise and all the sorts of different cars we've got here. Fantastic. And we've got a different one here, a Riley Saloon. So we're going to try and find out about this. Hiya. Hello. And your name is?
Duncan.
Hi, Duncan. A Riley Saloon.
A Riley Saloon, yes.
I don't see too many of these doing the auto tests and things.
No.
So tell us a bit about this car.
Well, it's a 1931 model, Riley 9 Monaco. It was apparently built 1930, so I just sneak into the vintage class in the club, which is nice. My father bought it probably about 20 years ago, hadn't really done a huge amount with it, and I picked it up and have really taken it by the scruff of its neck and do all sorts of abusive things to it, like trials and driving tests and what have you.
Okay, so you're getting quite a bit of use out of it.
Get a lot of use out of it, yeah. But it's a way to keep them in good health, really, is to use them.
Isn't it? That's right. So obviously not an everyday car.
Not an everyday, but an every weekend car.
Most weekends you're out doing something somewhere in it.
Yeah.
Which is good, and an all-weather car with the saloon.
Yeah, on a day like today, it does help.
Yeah.
What sort of
engine?
It's 1100 cc.
1100. Okay.
So it's quite a small engine for the size of car.
And for that period, I suppose that really was quite small.
It was quite small, but of course the Riley, with its cross-flow head, twin cam, hemispherical combustion chambers, it outperformed a lot of cars with bigger engines, so it was an advanced engine for its day, and it still goes quite well today. It'll do cruise at 50, absolutely no problem.
Really?
Go up to about 70 with a downhill with a following wind.
As most do, I guess.
But for driving tests, it's great to have a saloon because you get bonus points. You get an extra 10% bonus points. So
for having a roof.
For having a roof. So
that's not bad,
because allegedly it's more difficult, I think, and of course we're heavier.
You don't have quite the visibility.
We don't have the visibility.
A little Austin 7 soft.
That's right. Like that's right. And we're carrying that much more weight, of course.
He got more weight.
So it's a good system they have in driving tests to kind of level the playing field
try
out.
And level it all out as much as you can. But nice, we're going to get it going. You're about to move. There we go. So we're moving up the line now.
Yeah.
So how have you done today? You've been quite...
well, we haven't made any mistakes.
Right.
So we're never going to be the fastest car on the hill. No. But when everything comes out of the wash, sometimes we get into the awards occasionally.
Yeah. That's nice. Right, well, good luck. We're going to talk to this young lady in this Austin 7. Hiya, hello.
Hi.
And what's your name?
I'm Sophia.
Hi, Sophia. Is this your car?
It's my dad's car, car? Mine for the day. I'm looking after it.
So you're in possession of it just for today, are you?
Yes.
So we're doing the auto test, obviously the VSCC here today. Have you done this sort of thing before?
No, this is my first ever test here.
Another first one.
yeah, it's going all right.
A couple of people have been doing the first ones today.
Yeah, it's a nice place to come and do it. It's sort of nice atmosphere, so it's a good day out.
It's an historic location at Brooklands, so it's fantastic to be able to do it on the actual track here, which is great. So have you driven these cars much before?
I've had a bit of experience in Austin 7s, but this is my first time in this one today. So I can do the clutch, the accelerators, sort of taking it's a bit of a learning curve, but it's good. It's a really fun car to drive.
So it is quite small, isn't it? I think that's the big advantage with these. You see a lot of Austin 7s in these things.
Yeah, definitely.
And they do well because they're so small and manoeuvrable.
Yeah.
And you obviously find that when you're driving it.
Yeah.
It makes it easy. So how many gears does this got?
This has got 3 gears.
3-speed.
Yeah, 3 and then reverse. So.
And then easy to get it in and out quickly?
It's all right. It's sort of the opposite to my car. So first is down here, reversed is up there. Then second and third. So it almost runs in an arc.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, it's the usual double declutching. But other than that, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, and you can manage that okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Well, we're going to watch you out on the track in a minute, so we'll see how we get on.
Yeah.
So you think you're doing all right so far?
I'm doing all right, I think.
Yeah.
My brother's in the car behind me, so I'm a bit of a family competition today, but I think he might have the edge over me.
Well, good luck as you go. I think we've got a bit of a gap there to move into. Thank you then. Okay, we've just been speaking to Sophia in the black Austin 7, and this is her brother, I believe. You're the brother, and your name is?
I'm Rufus.
You're Rufus, and this is a red Austin 7, obviously.
Yeah.
Bit of family rivalry going on today.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is Sophie's first time doing these, so
she was just saying, yes.
Yeah, I think I've got the edge over her today, but
you've got a bit more experience, have you?
Yeah, I've done these a few times. She has got a more powerful car though, so if I do lose, that's no excuse.
It's more powerful, is it? Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
So what's the difference then?
So that's a supercharged Austin 7. So it's got a supercharged on the front, which gives her maybe about 15-20 more horsepower than me.
Right.
She's also got a lower down car. It's also lighter as well. So I'm just ruling in all the excuses for when I lose.
She thinks you're doing better than she is.
I haven't gone wrong yet, but she has a couple times. So I think I'm gonna.
Right. Well, that counts, doesn't it? You don't want to lose those points or going the wrong way around the cones or whatever.
Yeah.
So, are these family cars? Or?
Yeah. So my dad built that car about 25 years ago.
Really?
And then I built this 12 years ago now with my dad. We spent a few years building this together.
Okay, so it's kind of a family project to get this one up and running.
Yeah, they're both.
It does look very nice. I mean, So you've done quite a few of these competitions before. You were saying, VSCC stuff.
Yeah. Done a few trials, done a few driving tests.
Yeah,
it's a great car. I love driving it. It's a lot of fun.
I can imagine. I mean, they're great. They're very nippy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Particularly, we were just watching them go around here.
Yeah.
And you can get a good speed going up as well.
Yeah. No, they're light, so it makes them really good off the line.
Yeah, nice. Oh well, so we're just watching an Austin 7 go around there, I think, aren't we? No.
Yeah.
So you're fourth in the queue here to have a go. So good luck when you get out there.
Thank you very much.
And to Sophia as well.
Yeah.
Who's going to win? Yeah. You never know. Family rivalry, we like it. Thank you then. Okay, we're in the rain here, and we've got a lovely MG 1880, and the owner of it, Mark. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Tim. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, weather is turning, isn't it?
Terrible, yeah.
It's getting quite bad. But you've done your test this morning.
Yes, I'm going to call it a day now, I think. I've got a problem with my dynamo and the weather's turning terrible.
It's getting cold and wet.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's not sleet, is it? Quite,
it's almost sleet. Almost sleet.
Yeah, we're getting there. So this is an 1880.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking car.
Thank you.
Did you restore this?
No, I didn't. No. So Brooklands, who was the vintage MG, early MG Society technical guru, he found it in America and restored it.
Okay, so it's a stateside car.
Well, most of its life was in the UK.
Right,
we don't know how it got to America, but we know when it came back. So Bill did a fantastic job restoring it.
At some point in its life.
Probably in the 50s, something like that.
Right, so what's the year of this one?
This is 1930.
So, yeah, it stayed in the UK when it was built.
Yeah, so late 30 and early 31. It was a University Motors demonstrator.
Right.
But we're trying to find more about the history, but it had some records at the factory of it being prepared for fast road use or even racing.
Yeah.
But we don't know, and we don't know what it ever did really. Hammy Hamilton, who's a famous racing driver and also a University Motors sales rep, has correspondence with the factory about getting the car super tuned, so it doesn't have a radiator blind, for example. The engine was sent off and worked on. So I'm hoping it did something in period, but we've got to find out.
And probably for some sort of racing or competition.
You'd assume so, yeah. Or else you just wanted a really fast car as a demonstrator.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'll have to come and dig in the archives here and have a look and find out.
See if we've got anything here.
Yeah.
Then maybe, you never know, do you? It's the sort of car that would have raced here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of. Maybe it's got a slightly heavier body than ideal, but it certainly did a road test here for Motor Magazine in 1931 or 32, and I think that was the last time it had actually been up the head test till today. So I could be wrong. Bill might have taken it up, I don't know, but it was certainly fun to follow in its footsteps after 90 odd years.
That's right. It's lovely.
Thank you.
So it's been doing the rounds today around the cones. So it's been behaving reasonably with your dodgy dynamo.
Well, it's dynamo and water pump. So I'll try and nurse it home without it overheating and stopping on me. But I'm hoping there won't be many people out on the road now.
No, with this weather, I think you're probably going to be all right getting back, aren't you?
Yeah,
you're not
I think
too far
so.
away,
No, not too far.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
Lovely. Right, well, thanks for showing us around.
No problem.
And I do have a bit of a surprise for you, because you took part in the quiz at MG100 Southeast at Brooklands here back in May last year.
Oh, yes.
And we never caught up with you to give you a trophy.
Oh, I won, did I? That's a surprise.
You did. So, over
fantastic.
here in this bag getting blown about, I do have a magnificent trophy.
A magnificent trophy. Oh, that's very smart.
There we are. So amazing. We're going to get Mark to take a picture there.
Thank you.
Lovely. And that's not all.
Not all?
Not all, because we have
lovely. Ooh,
a bottle of Pommery champagne.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much. I'm delighted. Wow. Gosh.
Fantastic. Well done. You got the highest score in the centenary quiz. There were 100 questions that we did at the show.
Fantastic.
And you were supposed to do them at the show, which everyone did, obviously.
I did, yeah.
And you handed it in and you were the winner. So.
Thank you. Oh,
can't remember what your score was, but because it was so long ago now, so long ago. But well done.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.